Hi everybody, just want to bring you in to the back gymnasium, as it were. I got my back shirt on, but this is the Counts from Sesame Street. Spiritual Carpe Diem. You want to make each and every opportunity to let just the light that lives in you just overflow and gush. We're supposed to be overcomers. And yesterday was a big day of overcoming with the major dental surgery that took place down here, reconstructive surgery that had gotten interrupted. I really didn't go into too much detail about that. I lost the foot on the same week, the start of the third week of December of 2024 is when I lost my right foot and ankle, and I'll talk as I continue doing the exercise. And the procedure that was scheduled to be done across 5 dental visits, work that was being done by 2 with different areas of speciality, 2 different surgeons, it got interrupted. First of all, they don't have the same building codes in Mexico that they do in the United States, and the dental practice that I was going to is in a building of old that doesn't have handicap-friendly up and down, especially for somebody missing a foot. So what happens is that it caused delays in getting the tooth work done, and infection entered. Now, the Bible passage that I provided yesterday, in July 1st, and this video will come out July 2nd, was talking about that passage from the Bible that says, it came to my mind as they were doing surgery, they had a resident, a newly graduated, much younger lady who was is going to be a dentist on her own, and they were bringing her in to train to see what they were doing, because they were doing a higher level of dentistry on me, and the conversation was such that I was reminded of a Bible passage that it's not what goes into you that causes you to sin, it's what comes out. And the graduate was telling the 2 doctors the work that I'm going to be doing, because you can pick, like in the taxi business, myself, a former cabbie, areas of the market share that you want to pick one over another. And she said, well, the industry, because of poverty in Mexico, she goes, there's much more work for people that come in. They come in only when it's absolutely necessary financially, and the focus is on infections and extractions. So that's where that Bible verse came to mind about what comes out of the mouth. But I also, as I'm doing the exercise, wanted to let you know that it also brought to mind how many countless times have I inserted my foot in my mouth, so to speak, no pun intended. How's that for my therapist, Jeremy? How's that for a pun?
That's a pretty good one.
Talking about my foot in my mouth by an amputee. If I'm having a sense of humor about these things, or as my uncle used to say, Uncle Victor, thinking about you, if you don't take care of you, no one else gives a damn. And I cleaned that up, because in the cab, he was also a cabbie. It's a speakeasy, and so you can imagine the F-bombs and such. But it's true in a sense. And so, you've got to look at, speaking of, it's kind of weird how this wasn't planned, but you see the mirror, you can do a shot of it, because it's about looking yourself in the mirror sometimes when your mouth writes checks, as the saying goes, that your body can't cash, right? Have you heard that before?
Oh, Top Gun.
Oh, is that right? No, I didn't even know that. Oh. So we recently featured Top Gun because, curiously enough, how is it that now that movie that was made in 2022, and remember it takes 2 or 3 years before that to even finish the whole thing, right? So let's say around 2021, 2020, they started doing a movie about fighter jets that were training to go in very tight airspace and drop bombs. What's that all about? And I've been constantly saying on what I publish, besides what the original intent was, that God embeds intel in across platforms that are popular entertainment platforms, pop culture. So still in the weeds as far as financially, you know about two big hurdles that were completed. I'm going to continue the exercise. One was the mouth work, 6 months and 2 weeks almost to the day yesterday, completing it. And actually, yes, 6 months, 6.5 months exactly, because it was on July 1st. June 30th, sorry. And they also, weeks of delays because of no income coming in and being in the weeds financially and analysis paralysis. What little I have, you feel like you can't touch it. And so I had a project that was on hold in my house, which was a screen door, big deal. And I even got the screen door through Craigslist, the Facebook equivalent. They have a thing called free stuff, and somebody was basically giving away. It cost me a little money for gas. That's another thing. I can't drive myself, so getting to the dentist itself was a challenge. Which obstacles, ordeals. That was part of what I published recently. Ordeals have basically a short shelf life. There's a beginning, middle, and an end. It's not forever and ever. God allows things, challenges, if you will, so not unlike this, for you to persevere. Persistence and determination. Ralph Waldo Emerson, the writer, persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. But I would add that if it comes from high command, that rings true. Otherwise, you can persist on being an idiot and continue being foul-mouthed or continue being your own worst enemy. And how many times have I done that to myself? So without further ado, one more last on this exercise. And then, what do you have in store for me next today? You had mentioned another exercise.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
We're going to play ball a little bit.
Okay. And how is the progress? We're meeting twice a week. I'm hoping to up that up to 4 times a week. But how does it look?
I think we're looking good. How are you feeling?
I did not pay this man $5 a head for a compliment. So it's looking okay?
Looking great. Yeah.
Well, that's all I can say. We'll sign off for now. We'll see you tomorrow. Praise God. Okay.